In this video, we're going to talk about dividing polynomials. Let's first review basic long division. When you have 251 divided by 12, 251 is called dividend, and 12 is the divisor. So how many times 12 goes in 25? 2. So you multiply 2 times 12, you get 24. And then what you do is you subtract. Now when you subtract, it's like adding the opposite of 24, which is you're adding 25 to negative 24. You're adding negative 24 to 25. So it becomes 1, and then 1, you bring it down. Now how many times 12 goes into 11? 0. So 11 is our remainder, and you put it as 20 and 11 over 12. And we're going to use a similar concept when we divide polynomials using long division. We're going to divide 4x to the 4 plus 5x minus 4 by x squared minus 3x minus 2. So in this case, this is a dividend, and that is a divisor. So what goes inside? The dividend goes inside, so I'm going to put 4x to the 4. And then I don't see x cubed, so I'm going to put plus 0 x cubed. And I don't see square either, so I'm going to put plus 0 x squared. And then plus 5x minus 4. And then we're going to divide that by x squared minus 3x minus 2. What you want to do is you want to first compare. Make sure that you put in order of the degree, the exponents. And also, same for divisor. Make sure you put it in order of the exponent, highest to the lowest. So how many times x squared? Compare the first terms. How many times x squared goes into 4x to the 4. In other words, 4x to the 4 divided by x squared. What is it? It's 4. It's 4x squared. So I'm going to put 4x squared over here, because this one has an exponent of 2, so I'm going to put it on top of it. So what we need to do, we need to distribute 4x squared to each term. So you get 4x squared minus 12x cubed minus 12x squared. I'm sorry, it's 8. Okay? And then we need to subtract. Now remember, when you subtract, it's like adding the opposite of this term. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the sign. So this becomes a negative, that becomes positive, and that becomes positive. And then you add them up. Okay, again, when you subtract, it's like adding the opposite. So this cancels out. That becomes 12x cubed plus 8x squared. And we haven't used 5x minus 4, so we're going to bring it down. Okay, now we're going to repeat the process. Compare the first terms. X squared times what is 12x cubed? Well, that's 12x. So positive 12x. And then we're going to distribute. So you get 12x cubed minus 36x squared minus 24x, and that's it. Again, we're going to multiply this by negative. So negative times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times negative is positive. Add them up. Notice these two cancels out. And then you get 44 x squared plus 29x minus 4. Okay, and now we're gonna do repeat the process again. X squared goes into 44x squared many times. Positive 44. So distribute, you get 44x squared minus 132x and then minus 88. Okay, and then what we need to do again, we gotta multiply this by negative. Add them up, these two cancels out. You get 161x and then plus 84. Now notice x squared cannot go into 161x because the degree over here, the exponent is 1, it's 2. So we're done. So basically what we have is the remainder, so plus 161x plus 84 over the divisor, which is x squared minus 3x minus 2. Let's do another long division. So let's put the dividend, which is negative x cubed plus 3x squared plus x inside, and the divisor is x minus 2. Okay? Now, how many times, what times x is negative x cubed? That's negative x squared. So let's distribute. You get negative x cubed plus 2x squared. Now again, we need to change the sign and we gotta add them up. So this becomes positive and that becomes negative. So add them up, what do you get? You get, this cancels out, you get x squared plus x. And what times x is x squared? That's positive x. So let's distribute, you get x squared, and then you get negative 2x. Again, we have to change the sign. We add them up, you get 3x. And x times what is 3x? Is positive 3. So distribute, you get 3x minus 6. Change the sign, you add them up, you get 6. And x cannot go into 6, so 6 is our remainder. So you get positive 6 over the divisor, which is x minus 2. Now we're going to talk about synthetic division. Synthetic division is a shortcut that we could use only when the divisor has an exponent of 1. Now the long division, it doesn't matter what the exponent or the degree of the divisor is. But synthetic division can only be applied when the exponent of the divisor is 1. And this is how the synthetic division works. So if you look at the divisor, you have x minus 2, right? Set it equal to 0, and what value of x make this statement true? Well, that's when x equals 2. So that's why that's the number that you're going to put over here. So we're going to put 2 right here. And then what we're going to put is the coefficient of dividend. So look at the coefficient. You got negative 1. That's a coefficient of x cubed. Then 3, that's a coefficient of x squared. Then 1, which is a coefficient of x. And notice, we don't have any constant or number, so we need to put 0. Okay, now what you need to do is you're going to bring down the first number, which is negative 1, and then multiply 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. And you add them up, you get 1. And then what's 2 times 1? 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 2 times 3 is 6. And when you add them up, you get 6. This is going to be our remainder. 6 is our remainder. And these are the coefficients of negative 1x squared, positive 1x, and then this is a number. And then you have a remainder. So plus 6 over, what was our divisor? X minus 2. And notice, we got the same answer previously using long division. So synthetic division is a shortcut of long division when the divisor has exponent of 1. Now let's do another example of synthetic division. You could apply synthetic division here because divisor has a degree of 1. Now notice this is x minus 1. So set that equal to 0. So you get x equals 1. So 1 is a number that goes outside. And let's write the coefficient of the dividend. You got 3, negative 7, 6, and 8. Okay, let's repeat the process here. 3 comes down. 3 times 1 is 3. Add them up. Negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Add them up. You get 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 is your divisor. So what is going to be your answer? Well, this is a number that's a coefficient of x. There's a coefficient of x squared. So you get 3x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 10 divided by x minus 1.